How y'all doing? Yeah, that's what I was already saying. I was like, that sounds like a plan. Better yet, I'm just gonna mind my business. You mind your business. You don't mess up my money. I don't mess up your money. I think that's like a better way to do it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you start getting involved in stuff. A lot of times you don't even know what people getting you in. It's like you saw the movie what was the movie? Jackie Brown, Samuel Jackson bonded out Chris Tucker, told him, we got to go around the block, but you got to ride the trunk. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't never really know what actually is really going on. You know what I'm saying? People, they want to get you involved in it. And it's always your homies. When your homies come holler at you or get you involved in something, they gonna always make it sound good, or make it sound like they. The only thing I ask you, don't try to water mine down because I'm that much better than you or I beat you that bad. Don't try to come crying now, oh, this and that. Nah, you just it's another level. I'm just at the highest level, man. That's all. You just gotta get better. You had a good format, you know what I'm saying? But you didn't have a format for this game, the one we playing right now. It's a whole different part of the game. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get in your business. You don't get in my business. Don't mess up my money. I ain't gonna mess up your money. You know what I'm saying? And don't try to water down like K said. Don't kill my vibe. I'm hotter than you right now, so I'm just at the beginning. I just got out the joint though. A lot of y'all didn't do none of the thing. I already did everything that you're doing. I did that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of cats ain't never did what I did or go to the box 2 times and don't snitch. Ain't on no paperwork, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't work for the police, nothing. Held my own. It's a harder road though when you work like that. When you're not a cooperating witness or a CI or something, everybody's against you. Like right now, I'm dealing with that right now. Nobody. I live in the town I live in is majority military and police, and they always discriminate against me. So I had a felony in this state. So you know what I'm saying? I got to get all mine the hard way, and I go all the way. I go all in when I go in. But that's neither here nor there. But I just can't let y'all know I'm still here. I'm doing this right here. This is 10 things you don't do when you don't know. Number one, and this is just me clowning around, ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? I clown around like this, so I do this all day. You don't break up with your girl 5 days before wedding rehearsal. She might catch you and your side piece catching the bus when it's cold outside. That's number one thing you don't do. You don't go spend millions of dollars without getting permission from the people that you owe money to. I say that, yeah, that's high up there on the list. That's number two. Number three, you don't go to work without washing your ass. Period. People be going to work, not taking a shower, wash up, clean your clothes, make sure you clean your clothes, iron your clothes, and all that before you go. You don't wake your girl up 2 hours before she goes to do her house cleaning job. You know what I'm talking about? So you know how that goes. Uh You don't call somebody a rat and then go tell on everybody after you call somebody a rat. You don't steal from a person and then disrespect that person right after you steal from them, especially if they like a major figure. But you don't really just believe people when they say, oh, this guy's like that guy's like that. I got everything all figured out. You got the game all figured out. Sometimes you got to know for yourself and see for yourself. Your homies, they'll steer you in the wrong direction. Your homies set you up a lot of times. You can sometimes your homies will just tell you something because there's something for them to benefit or gain in it, but there's nothing for you in it. So your homie might make it sound real good, but you got to think the whole thing out. You know what I'm saying? You don't get mad because a person is better than you and then go insult that person when they got more power than you, because that won't even work. You don't steal from your mama and then come back to the house like it's all good right after that. That's number 8. Number 9, you don't lie about your status because you want to make it seem like you run things when you don't really run things, because the people that run things might hear you when you're lying about talking about how you run things. That's the biggest problem, with too many chiefs, not enough Indians. So, it's gonna go how it's gonna go either way. But even out there, when I was used to be out there hustling or whatever, a lot of hustlers, they made more money or did more because they was willing to take more chances. So it's the same type of thing. Once you get on that level, and you got to really know with the words you say and the stuff you say, especially when you put a label on a person and you start saying this person is this or that person's that. Sometimes, a lot of times, you want to make sure, because you might be wrong, but those are real serious allegations that you're making. So, you got to really know what you're talking about once you start talking like that. But don't take things for granted when you think you winning and you think you're doing good in life. Don't take your blessings. Don't take the blessings that God give you, and in your mind feel like or think like it's going to always be like this, because God will take your blessings from you too at the same time. I saw that myself, in life. But I'm still out here, just taking it. I just do it one day at a time. You could plan ahead, but you don't really know what's going to happen tomorrow or how tomorrow's going to be, what tomorrow's going to bring. Yeah, went through some things. I'm just thankful to be able to pay my rent and fix my car and things like that. Fortunate to be blessed to do that. Everybody's not able to do that. Bless those people too at the same time. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, I don't know about all the rest. I just know about mine. But in business, one thing about so there's a difference between the street and in business. So in business, you should be able to speak to a person on business terms and not have to negotiate or act like it's a street thing. You shouldn't have to always treat everything in life like street stuff. So that's first way you come at a person is street and professional. You don't just come at a person and always get straight to the political street stuff. You could come like how you are, but you could still be a street cat and still do good business in the streets. So that's the whole thing. And you can't really mix the streets and business, but you could be a street cat and do business. You could be a street cat and learn business and master business. That's what I'm saying. But you don't have to always bring out those characteristics, those street characteristics, unless it's like a street thing. But when you're doing business stuff, that's how it should be. But I'm just here. I just got here. I just arrived. I just touched down, and I'm doing pretty good. But people that's supposed to be, in a good mood, I'm doing good, don't act like that. So then I have to, I think and question: are you really the person? Do you really have the sincerity in the relationship? As you say, or do you wish the best for me, or do you wish the worst for me? So I don't really expect a whole lot of stuff from people. So I'm not used to that. But don't put yourself out there to be one way that you're not gonna be. Don't tell a female that you love her, you're gonna marry her if you don't really want to love her and marry her. Don't lie to her. So I'm just saying the same thing in business, like the art of seduction, stuff like that. Robert Greene, the art of seduction. That's what they teach you. Seduction isn't just intimate. Seduction is also used in business. So You got to change some things about you. You think it's everybody else. Sometimes you got to change the characteristics in you. People are coming at you, how they're coming at you, it's because how you came off in the very beginning. Somebody try to come at you professional and they try to talk to you like, a businessman, and then you go straight to straight attitude and demanding and threatening and stuff like that. Then the person turn it up on you. Then the second, third time you talk to them, they tripping or they going upside your head or whatever else they doing. But in the very beginning of the conversation, that's how you started the conversation, with an insult, and you came off, like you run things and this and that, and everybody got a respect, everybody got a house, everybody got their own thing, the political value stuff. But then if you say, well, this is how it's gonna be and this is how it's gonna go, but if you're talking to the opposing political party, they may not agree with you right off the bat, because just like you got things going on and you got your chain of command, everybody got a chain of command, or everybody got different stuff going on in their life. So, and you get somebody on the offensive, it's just the way that you come across sometimes, man. You come across real aggressive. So you shouldn't just go straight. It's a good characteristic to have when you got to protect yourself or your family, or you got to assert that you're not, that type of person. But it's really not good to be passive aggressive, because that's what that is. That's passive aggressive. You're exhibiting aggression, but at the same time, the things you're saying, you're acting like you're passive, and you're acting like, oh, everything's all good and we're cool. We all together and this and that. But then you say, oh, no, this is like this, and we run this, and we do this, and we do that. But everybody's not agreeing with that. So, sometimes you do got to think of who's actually listening to you. And that's what people do, on this social media thing. A lot of times you're not even talking to that person that's being offended by what you're saying, but they're still listening to you. And in their mind, they're thinking that you're talking to them. You know what I'm saying? And you're saying a certain thing to them. So then that's why they at different, different political levels and stuff. Once you start talking to people like that, some people will just end the whole communication with you because you just messed up the whole negotiation. That's one thing I said. A man should never send a female to negotiate unless she's trained in negotiation. Because a female, the first thing she gonna do is start talking mess. All the brothers could have been getting something together and coming to an understanding, an agreement. But then as soon as that female came over there running her mouth, everything is escalated right back to it, and you're mixing stuff, you're mixing your own emotion and your little personal thing that you got going on, and you're making the whole thing about that, but it's not all about that. Your little personal stuff that you got going on, everybody got a little stuff going on, and that's how I am too, though. At the end of the day, I'll be like, well, if it ain't nothing in it for me, I'm not gonna do it anyways. You know what I'm saying? If it's just all about you, why am I gonna work to build you up? Especially when you just said it's all about you. You ain't giving nobody nothing. So then you just lost everybody when you said that. You said it's all about building you up, and you ain't giving nobody nothing. So you just lost everybody who you had on your team as soon as you said that, because they see you got money or whatever, and they know they helped you to get to a certain level or to get a certain status. But then you get around, oh, I don't really know that cat, or the homies don't really, the homies don't really mess with him. He like this and that, but then you get the results you get. You just lost the main person that was watching your back, because the first thing you said, you didn't know that person was watching your back. But the first thing you said was, it's all about you, and who you consider your little in crowd or whatever. And you ain't helping nobody else. So everybody knows that now when they're dealing with you. So that's how they look at it. They got to get it. You got to get your own. You got to get it how you got to get it. But yeah, I'm gonna have the comedy. I'm still gonna put the comedy album out, and my album come out this year. But yeah, I'm just getting stuff together. I be putting little material together, make sure it go right. 'Cause I'm not a comedian first, but I could do comedy if it came down to it. I'm a rapper first, and I could do a lot of improv and stuff like that. I've been in situations where you gotta be quick on your toes. You can't be talking slow. You can't be fumbling over your words. So I've been in a lot of those situations in my life. But one thing I know is if a person don't respect you today, they ain't gonna respect you tomorrow. So as soon as you say that in the very beginning, and you might have that one cat that was with you and vouching for you and riding for you and pushing for you, and they like, well, you don't got me, so and you don't respect me anyways. Why would I care what you think after that? You ain't got no respect for me, so I don't gotta tell you nothing. And that's what it all comes down to. Then they try to get you like they got me, put you on I already done did 17 in the box, and then they want to keep you on the street in a state you ain't from for 5 more years. You know what I'm saying? So they don't put me on a 22-year plan. And don't catch another case or mess up while you here. Then they can violate you, send you back, and you can still catch a case while you in the joint. So that's the whole thing. Just know what you're doing. When you're doing it, everything ain't what it looks like on the outside. Everybody got stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? But once you present your stuff like that and you put it out there like that, you put yourself out there as an adversary to people they was pushing for you and vouching for you. But the first message you sent to all the people, all your followers, all the people that was with you, everybody that had your back that whole time. That's the first message you sent to everybody. And they saved you for nothing. That's what you basically just said. You said they saved you for nothing because it's just really about you and your homies anyways, at the end of the day. So once you come off like that and everybody hears that and everybody see you, and the people like me that, seasoned vets that's been around, I'm a back up off top because I'm saying, oh, he's tripping. He ain't nothing like how the homie said. The homie said homie said you was the type of cat, do some things and circulate and be able to get some things going. But as far as I know, I can't see that. So I just know what I be seeing from people and I be hearing. That's why my judgment on. I'm not just gonna go off your resume and everything you say. If I've been around you for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I could go off that. And I could know just off that though. But if I know off the character and stuff like that, so that's how I already know. Like I ain't nothing to you. So why should I care anyways? At the end of the day, that's what it all come down to. But yeah, it just is how it is, man. You gotta I be in there. I learned a lot of stuff doing a lot of reading. Or I wouldn't even lie to you. Always take care of your health, stay healthy, but reading is like it doesn't just expand your vocabulary and stuff. It expands your mind and it shows you different aspects of everything, But a lot of people though, first thing I can tell you, one of your biggest weaknesses, you got to start studying business because that's your biggest weakness. Business people don't care about political, they don't care about your family, they don't care less, depending on kind of businesses, but majority of the time, if it's just like, say, Hershey's, and they making candy anyway, so they're not, they're making candy. You give your kid too much candy, their teeth gonna get rotten, so they're not like they're not health freaks or nothing. It's just a business. So Hershey's, when they make their decisions or they put out their new candy bars or designs or whatever, they're making it to make their business better. They're making it say, how do we make a product today in 2026 that's going to hit the market and change people from buying Snickers to buying Hershey's? What's the new candy bar we're going to come out with? They don't go into all that political stuff and how your friends feel, how your wife feels, and like I said, they obviously don't care about the health of your kids and stuff because they selling candy anyway. So that's what you got to start thinking more in business. You know, you got to get off that old way of thinking because that's why a lot of stuff just broke apart when we was coming to you know, you can't resolve the issue 9 times out of 10. You can't resolve the issue even when people died before. I've seen people still resolve the issue afterwards. People call truces, all kinds of stuff. But you can't just come to the table when it's right there at that negotiation stage and say it's this way or it's nothing. Everybody's just gonna back up off you. They say, "Well, I can't do nothing with this guy right here. I'll take a loss. I'll be doing better by myself. Why would I work for you when I can make all that money for me and build up my franchise? Why would I do that when I know I'm the best today?" So you keep saying all this other stuff and you trying to change the subject and talk about all the other stuff. I've been the best. I was the best since like '06. You know what I'm saying? But and that's just how it go though. You know, people there's gonna be people, but you could use those people that are better than you. Don't be jealous and envious of those people. You could actually put those people a part of your team and make your team stronger, make yourself better. But that, you know, that's you ain't gonna make it like that by yourself. Because at the end, you're gonna be by yourself. And then you're an easier prey for everybody else because you push everybody away from you. Ain't nobody got your back now. You show everybody how you are, and then you turn your back on people, and then you go back and you try to go back and say, such and such, this cat and that cat, they all go, everybody go. Everybody that left, you just already told everybody ain't gonna make no money with you. So you was like, ain't no reason to stick around. That's basically what you said. You know, everybody just quit. They quit on you first day at work. So you know that's how it goes. You just gotta think before you like a lot of the stuff you be saying sometimes. That's what it be like. That's how people know because people really do listen to you, and you do say a lot of good stuff, but they don't remember the good stuff that you're saying. All they remember is those points that you making. That this how it's gonna be and this and that. So you know and then everything just goes to crap after that. But I'll be back to holler at y'all. I'm just letting y'all know I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good day. God bless you.